Hey, just me, again, making another video. And I've been using this light a lot for my videos. Um, just as like a representation of light and love. Plus, I also have a very, very, very low self-esteem. And, that other video that I made that I keep referencing to, the one about Caitlin's family, didn't help with my self-esteem. In fact, I'm going to tell you a bit about myself. I was told that I didn't know anything. I was placed in foster care at 3 years of age because of being molested. I was a whistleblower. I was told I was a liar. I had another sibling removed because the abuse was found to be true. Because it was true. I was the oldest, so my abuse was worse. I was placed into several different psychiatric hospitals for children and group homes. I was in Shepherd Pratt, I was in St. Vincent's, and I was hospitalized at Johns Hopkins. Probably spent about 4 or 5 Christmases in these places. It's depressing. I remember watching Home Alone, about around the time Home Alone 2 came out, Home Alone 1, I don't know, it was back when I was younger. And I hated watching Christmas movies, being in group homes. I hated it. It made you remind yourself that you didn't have nobody. And you knew your toys came out of a closet that they gave you for prizes. I had a friend named Pam. Her mom was a quadriplegic, and she got in a relationship with this guy who started to rape my friend Pam, who was like 5 or 6. I think it started when she was like 3. Anyway, her mom got pregnant. And it was found out that this guy had AIDS. Here I am, 5 or 6 years old in a group home. I shouldn't even know what AIDS is about. And here my friend is worried that she's gonna die. We found out her mom had full-blown AIDS. And so did her baby sister, who at that point in time, I think was like 18 months old. I was at this, I think this was the St. Vincent's. I was there for a little bit. And her mom passed away. And her sister shortly afterwards did. Pam got tested on a regular basis. And as far as I know, she was negative. I prayed. And I hope that after I got placed into one of the many homes I was placed into, that she continued to test negative for it. But I never really would know. There was another girl in the home with me where her dad would smoke cigarettes, and when he was drunk, he'd get mad and he'd take them and he'd put them out on her back. And she had marks of impressions of cigarettes in her back. Now, a lot of people think sexual abuse is usually done by men. I met another girl who, her mother was the one that was abusing her. See, now my abuse have always been by males, and I found that really odd when I was younger. But it always carried with me. I couldn't see a mom doing that, however. I never felt love from my own, so I guess I understood. I couldn't understand being sexually abused by your mom. My mom never did that. Because I think we're supposed to hold mothers to a higher accountability sometimes, because, you know, the babies grow in your belly. I have a couple kids of my own. They're my everything. Outside of Jesus, which helps me stay faith and helps me when I get really low. I wouldn't say I'm suicidal. I would say I have ideations of it. I get depressed and just want to give up. Their dad passed away. And to be honest, I hate to say that, but he was probably one of the only people who had been in my life the longest. And even though we weren't together, he was really the only one that really knew me. And even in our darkest hours, he was still had faith in me. My mother never had faith in me. Most of my family don't have faith in me. But no matter what I did, this man did. My family tried to get him, based on rumors which were totally not even true, to try to go take the kids. And his words were no. I trust her. So losing him, but that was just the second blow. My first blow was losing my aunt. And I'm going to say it right here. I think she was murdered, and I don't know how to prove it. Her body was found next to a dumpster. Perfectly, placed there. And apparently they knew there's circumstances happen in Arizona, but my aunt weighed a whopping 100 pounds soaking wet. It just doesn't add up. I know she was murdered, but you don't always get justice. The justice system can't always prove things. And that happened only about 2-3 months before the boy's dad died. Now, with this said, nobody knew any of this, nor will you guys probably even believe me, but if you want to, you can go through my videos. There's videos of my boys singing happy birthday to their daddy. I have a poem I wrote for my aunt and for PJ. I have me actually singing a cover video right after my aunt. So before you start attacking people, especially in the name of the justice of a little girl, just know that everybody has their own story, their own issues, and they do things. Maybe people didn't agree with me, that's fine. I didn't expect for people to agree with me. Heck, I didn't even expect to do the video. But it made me think that if I was 12 or 13 and all the people who were on there were 12 or 13, would you guys been the ones telling her that she was ugly or to shut up or all these mean things? Would you have done that? Because you did it to me. How can you fight for justice for somebody and then be ignorant to other people? Sorry, I'm not blonde and thin. I mean, I'm not exactly fat, but should that even matter if I was? So I'm going to keep making videos and probably lose more subscribers and then be deemed one of the top hated YouTubers. But it's alright. I'm a little depressed about a lot of the things. I'm depressed that the video is still out there. I'm depressed that people don't understand cognitive thinking. I'm sorry, yes, I was wrong about the live stream. I've never done it. I was just going on based on things that I heard from media and people who have. Now, to be honest with you, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of live streams. I won't even watch them. I'll watch a movie afterwards with a live stream. Nope. Especially not on Facebook. Facebook disgusts me anyway. And kind of so does YouTube with the comments that people put on there. But I don't know. I'm just going to give it to God. And I think a lot of us are still thinking of Caitlyn. And I hope there's justice done. I do. I hope that they did say they're still checking out the body as far as for forensics. And being a child who was sexually abused, I know what they did to me when I was 3, and there's proof. As far as sexual abuse, they take you into the emergency room and examine you. And my other siblings, actually, since she was younger, there was evidence on both of us. So I'm imagining that's what they're waiting for. And with her being that young, it's not going to be hard for them to find that evidence. I mean, Anthony, I'm directing this a little bit. You can erase the videos. But when a young child like that gets hurt, in most cases, there's ways in a female to identify abuse, even if it's been months. I can get into graphics, but I'm not going to, about how I was 3. However, when I started getting abused, although some of it's been blocked out, I can still remember some. I don't know even why I'm sharing it. But my point is when somebody comes out there with a different point of view, or just stop the name calling. I'm gonna be me, and I don't really give if people don't like Jesus or me, or if I preach Jesus, or why I'm going towards Jesus. Because honestly, it had nothing to do with this whole Caitlyn thing. It had everything to do with the fact that I wanted to die every single day. I woke up wanting to die. And the only thing that gave me faith was Jesus. So of course I'm going to share it. Because if anybody else is in my boat who wakes up wanting to die, I mean, why am I not going to give you what makes me smile when I don't want to? Why am I going to hide that? And why am I going to retaliate to your mean comments with more hate? That's why I just started quoting Dr. Martin Luther King. And I already referenced that people couldn't put 2 and 2 between Jesus and the Reverend. And I'm going to stay religious. I mean, I almost died myself at 15 in a car accident because a drunk driver was too selfish. Drank too much, crossed the center line, killed what was to be my son's aunt, their dad's sister who just passed away, all for a beer run on 4th of July. But anyway, I'm going to just finish this up. Make more videos. Because I have faith in Jesus. And I do like that saying, even though I'm a Christian. My haters are my motivators. So if you wanted me to shut up, the last thing you should have done is told me to shut up. Being in a relationship and being in places where I felt like I had no control, I don't listen when people try to be ignorant to me and tell me what to do. I listen to God. So, again, my teeth are messed up. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm worthless. I shouldn't have any kids. What else was told to me? I don't know. There's still some comments there. You know, I'm a bad Christian because I was condoning abuse. You're right. I was condoning abuse. I'm sorry to say, but yeah. Yeah. Crazy. You guys are fighting for a little girl and justice. But how many people are you pushing to hurt themselves? After that video the second night, I actually thought some really crazy stuff. But then God whispered in my ear and said, no. Nope. 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 We're going to take this, Heather, and we're going to make it into something. We're going to take this pain and you're going to get in front of that camera and you're going to get over your self-esteem issues. You might feel like you're ugly and you might feel like you're worthless and you might be told that you're worthless and you might have somebody who has a haters page that tries to tell you that you're worthless. And you might feel utterly alone sometimes in this world, completely and utterly alone. But we're going to take this, Heather, and we're going to take these comments, we're going to take these pain, and we're going to keep on talking. And that's what I'm doing. Because I can't be the only person in the world that feels this way. And if I am, I am. But I'm just sharing this so that maybe other people will get it when they make these negative comments, which I doubt it, because the more I try to fight the hate, the more it happens. But if you ever are feeling depressed and you don't want it from somebody who's just jumped on the bandwagon because of a tragedy that went viral, and you want to talk to somebody who's actually been abused and in foster care and in group homes in Baltimore at that, which brought me to an attention. I was just recently brought to my attention that I was wanted. That hurt. My mom's not even talking to me. I don't talk to half of my family members, personally, my choice at this point. But I was found out that when I was in a group home, that I was actually wanted. But then it leads me to a totally different subject. I'm a white girl. I was a black mom. I come from a racist town. So, even after her going to St. Vincent's to try to find me, I remained in the foster care system. Sick. And that hurt. I found that out only a couple weeks before that video. It really hurt to know that somebody wanted you that bad and they wouldn't give you to them. And I can't help but think it had something to do with me being white. Not that I cared. Me and the girl that she adopted were like friends, and she was like my sister. I'd never seen color. I was the only white girl in the group home anyway, because like I said, I was in Baltimore. Pam was white, Virginia, but mostly everybody else wasn't. But it didn't matter, because as a kid, you don't see them as a color. We're all kids. We're all abused. We're all in this together. We all got our battle wounds. But anyway, I will probably start sharing more of my story because it's long. I probably should write a book. But anyway, bye. 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 Bye.